Jonty, 25-25, our second 25 draw all here in the last few years. We drew here with Sheffield 25-25 a few years ago when you were the assistant to Charlo. How does that 25 all draw feel? Is it a point gained or a point lost?
Yeah, I don't know if where we were in the second half. I think we looked at the goal with a point, Jordan. That, if I'm being honest, it just looked like both teams didn't want to win the game. They were as bad as other times in the second half. We just thought they had a lot more ball. We give them a lot more field position and a lot more ball than we had. I think we were running. They had 12 sets. We had 6 at one point in the second half, like halfway through the second half, and we run at 40% out of them 6 sets. If you're only getting 6 sets at a team's 12, you need to be at 100%, and just giving far too much field position, mate. And right, half time, 18-4 up. We were a man down at that point. We conceded at the back end of the first half with a man down. The crack was we had 4 minutes to go till he comes back on the field, and we conceded minute 1, so we 2 tries. Well, we're down to 12 men, which wasn't great. But then we don't see they had 4 sets before we touched the ball in the second half. You know what I mean? You talk about going set for set and doing the right thing. The first set that they had, they got down here on the was it 20 or 34 tackle, and we give a penalty away, and then they score the next set, and then they have a yardage set that you and match it again. You know what I mean? So I think they got 3 tries in 12 minutes at the start of the second half, and fair play to them. They look desperate. They played some good stuff. They've got some big bodies, and I thought Watson Boss was a handful all day. I thought Greg Burns is it, the 9 off all the fast players they were getting. I thought them two were very good for them.
It's that start of the second half completely changed, obviously, the game, and as it's going to do if you concede 3 tries in such a short period. What did you say at half time? Because obviously I imagine it's been, especially being down to 12 men, it would have been let's get through that period and more of the same, because like you say, you'd scored 3 tries in that and we're 14 points up.
Like what they done, I said totally opposite to do that at half time. We've got a complete eye, kick in the corners, turn them around, keep the ball in play. We did none of that. And that's why we come away. Like, we was running at 40% back end of the second half. It was only 3 or 4 sets we done late on that got us up over 50%. So it's just not good enough, that. Especially if the way we've been travelling. We've been going all right. We've been up in the 80s and 90s, and it's this league, it's crazy. There's some more crazy results today, but it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you give them that much ball that we did. I mean, some of the lads are saying, well, after how we played, we're going away with a point. I'm not happy with that. No. I wanted 2 points today. At 18-4 up, I'm thinking, we kick on here, we've got 2 points, but it's frustrating, yeah. We're away from home, we've got a point. I'm disappointed. Is that a good thing? You know what I mean? You're travelling, you're getting points, but we should have had 2.
I think you're probably disappointed more, and obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, you're disappointed obviously more with the performance, obviously, rather than the result. Because if you had come here today, you'd put the performance in and they were just a little bit better. For example, like Wakefield were, I think obviously you'd have been, right, that's it, we put the performance in, we've just fallen up short. Yeah, you've got a point, but the performance wasn't there to obviously put that.
Yeah, if we run 60% today, in that second half, we win that game. Because we were knocking on, they were knocking on. And then they'd have 2-3 sets. We get the ball back and we don't complete. So we complete at 60%, which is no good. No. But we complete at 60%, we win that game. And that's his top and bottom of it. We just kept coughing the ball up, offloads in traffic, which we didn't need. Just get to a kick the corners, defend it. We didn't do it.
Still some positives out there. You've still come obviously away from home and scored obviously 4 tries. You've got tries from like Adine Gebby, obviously that one just before the half-time break. You've got the tries from Curtis Tate and Guy Graham. Guy obviously just went over under the sticks. Obviously that try out wide for Curtis. So you've come home. You have scored 4 tries. You've scored 25 points as it would be. So there is some positives there that hopefully when you do look back on review you'll be able to look on.
Yeah, there's only these positives there, especially the first half. Because we've done the right thing that we trained to do and we asked them to do, and we've done that. And we're going 18-4 up. It's the second half was terrible, mate. We got both sides were very poor in that second half. It's just they had more ball than us, if that makes sense. And we just done a hell of a lot of defending, which you see what the weather's like. It's been really hot, and that was it. Whoever completes high, least errors, keep the ball in field, least defending wins the game, and they defended least. We got away with a point.
You mentioned both sides were awful in the second half, and many will look and go, well, Doncaster scored 3 tries. How could they have being awful, but they got them obviously that opening 12 minutes. That last 20 minutes was neither side seemed to want to keep hold of the ball. There was no game management. No one just grabbed hold of the scruff of the neck and go, right, this is where we're going. Both sides just seemed to be as ad hoc as each other, as helter-skelter.
I think we had 5 good ball sets in that second half. We only completed 2. One of them was King's barge over. But like, if we just complete a little bit, tackle one of us, come and knock on. You know what I mean? Come out of yardage. We don't clean up on a kick. And Ferrimo got in this corner just off because we didn't clean a kick up. Just little skill errors and I don't know. It's frustrating me because if we'd have played like we have done this last 4 or 5 weeks, we'd have probably come away with 2 points today. But we didn't. We didn't play well enough to get the 2 points, and we've got to live with that and build for the next couple of home games.
It was an early change in the second half. Oscar Dorlan leave the field. I don't imagine you ever planned to take a winner off, so did he pick up a bit of a knock there?
He's travelling with a bad back, which, yeah, if he's got a bad back, I suppose he's got a bad back, mate. But he had to go back on because we lost late on.
You were looking to put him back on, but Jake Mason was okay.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Mazo was good. I thought we were going to be HIA. We had no subs left, so Oscar was going to have to go back on. But it is what it is. He's got a couple of weeks now to get sorted, and same as obviously Curtis T had a bit of a groin. A couple of lads with a couple of knocks. Obviously, we haven't got a game next week, and we need to be ready to go for Bradford.